Today on the Annapolis series, we're sitting down with a man who's worn a lot of hats. Event host, community leader, and somebody who's helped bring people together for years. Some people know him as Eric Davis, others know him as Buddy. Today we're talking about his journey, Annapolis culture, music, unity, and where the city is heading. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
For the people who don't know you, who is Eric Buddy Davis?
Eric Buddy Davis, man, that could be a complex question, but I've been told about people that I can say too much sometimes, so let me try to break it down quickly. Eric Buddy Davis, for one, the host. That's what I'm gonna lead with because that's what I'm out here trying to push. That's what I'm trying to maximize my talents, my efforts, the God-given things that was, granted to me in life. Outside of that, a father. Autism, my son Donovan Davis, it's a big part of my life. I try to be an advocate for it. I know a lot of people in my community struggle with it, struggle admitting to it, especially the brothers, dads. That's a hard feat. Outside of that, a family person, a friend, a lover of music, a lover of people, interaction. Man, that's pretty much a good way to, wrap up who Eric Buddy Davis is.
So where did you grow up in Annapolis, and what was life like for you?
Greenbrier, man. It's funny. I was watching other people interviews and the introductions. I was gonna be like, Greenbrier bully, nigga. Buddy Davis. And then I was like, fucking with you. But no, Greenbrier, man, my whole life. My parents actually bought that house when I was born. My parents been married 40 plus years, I believe. My whole life I spent in that house up until I went to college. So every time I get around the homies that's repping all the hoods in the city, I always be like, nigga, Greenbrier, nigga, Bible the road, nigga, got the most traffic in the whole city. My gardens, nigga Jones be always saying, nigga, that street is not that busy. I'm like, all day traffic. But yeah, my whole life, bro. Right there, I got family all over. I can elaborate on that if you ask me anything about that. But outside of that, that's what I rep, man, Greenbrier.
So what moment changed your life forever?
What moment changed my life forever? Whew, good question. I would say my son, bro. I was 19 when I had him. Everybody in my life was surprised. They was like, I sent them a picture, nigga. My son was born in Portland, Oregon. I moved like a sniper, most would say. Most people didn't even know. And I just sent them a picture of my son, just sitting there with his mom's lap. And they was like, whose son? Who baby? I'm like, mine. And they was like, what? And I was like, yeah, bro. So from that moment on, that changed my life. And when he was diagnosed with autism at 18 months, that really changed my life. So those two things, I'll lead with his birth because it's still him. But yeah, those two things I would say just changed my life forever.
Why has serving the community always been important to you?
Oh man, you know what's funny about that? Real shit. When I first started doing things in Annapolis, it was after years of me telling myself that I want to be bigger than the city. Like, what does me doing anything in Annapolis mean? Like, I want to do something in the world. I want to be known by the world. And it took people like my brother Sel, Dot, who made me really give more attention to Annapolis music. People like Diva, Lego that I saw hosting at events back when we had the whiskey. Things like that made me see like, man, we got our own world. We got our own scene. And the first thing I ever did was Our Truth is Cool when we was throwing parties at the Metropolitan. And that's when I really started seeing what I could do for the city. And then people like my cousin, Keanu Edward Smith Brown, Alderman Ward 3. When I seen what he did for the city, he got me into politics. And things just like that made me see that I can actually have a say in what actually matters in my journey, in my jurisdiction, and pretty much in my demographic, in my world, and for my people. So yeah, that.
I ain't gonna lie, this question I usually hit people with, this usually bang people up. I ain't gonna lie, buddy.
I like to see, I'm quick on my feet, maybe.
Describe Annapolis in 3 words.
Describe Annapolis in 3 words. Annapolis in 3 words. I could do it in 2. Maryland's capital. And just to say after that, the greatest state in the world. My opinion.
We give that one, y'all. We give that one.
But Maryland's capital. I don't even need 3 words.
So what's the biggest misconception people have about Annapolis?
That it's none of us. Most people that I meet, me being a person that's traveled a lot, been to a lot of places, been blessed to see a lot of different things. Most people think it is the Navy, the mall, and boats in downtown Annapolis and water. They have no idea that we exist, especially in the capacity that we exist. That's why stuff like Family Day, that we just talked about off camera, that I've hosted for 6 years out of the 10, that right there means the world to me when I get an opportunity to tell them, like, yo, our city is actually like the shit. That's why when I say we the capital, I say that with swag. I say that with like, we are that. I know Baltimore get all the love, PG County, all that, but Annapolis is that. And that's how I feel about it. I wear that shit on my sleeve.
For you, what's something this city used to have that you wish would come back?
Something that the city used to have that I wish would come back. Good question. Something that the city used to have that I wish would come back. I would say, man, y'all might be too young to know this one. I'm gonna say fucking Club Hollywood. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that shit before, but I was like 9, 10, 11 years old. And I had a cousin that was not that much older than me, but that nigga was a street nigga. So he could get in that shit. And my sister wasn't even of age yet, who was 10 years older than me. And that was the shit. 95.5, 93.9, 92.3. Everybody was out this bitch. And then to end it on a side note, man, another loved Annapolis person was killed in the parking lot. And that shut that shit down. And we ain't never had nothing like that since. It was over by the, I can't even think of the name, but it's over there by all the car dealerships, the Porsche dealership, right on West Street, by Gold Leaf. And right there, man, that was it, man. Club Hollywood. We need something to put us back on the map because most people don't know how fucking fire our city is. And I see everything we doing with the building of everything, especially over there by the Parole Shopping Center. We getting there. It's starting to look just like Harbor East in Baltimore, certain spots, Center City, DC. Like at the end of the day, yeah. Annapolis, baby, we on the rise.
If you had one message for the younger generation growing up here, what would it be?
Get outside of here. Not saying leave here, but get outside of here. I used to coach youth sports, and there's kids that never seen a DC monument. There's kids that never been to the Black History Museum. Like, they never even been past, like, they never even been out in Columbia. Like, leave our city and see more. The more you open up your mind, the more you can believe in yourself, the more you can see that like this world is huge. So them 5 people, they might say, nah, man, fuck that, let's just chill. The people that's saying that like, nah, you ain't got the talent, get outside the world. God say this all the time. I get more love outside my city than I do in it. And that's a problem. Flawless said the same thing, small city, big hate. Crab barrel mentality, which is also a dumb thing, but all of that shit is true because people believe it. And when you believe something, it has legs. And when things has legs, it walks around and it gets more motherfuckers to follow.
How did you become one of the city's most recognizable events?
Man, Family Day. The first time I ever hosted it, man. Diva the Voice, Troy Stansbury. They gave me a shot. They knew from my aunt Michelle, who does Children's Village, that, and also for one, shout out all the East Puerto Ricans. That's where my family from. I grew up in Greenbrier, but my family from Eastport. And my father from the country, Edgewater. But yeah, that first time I ever hosted that Family Day. Prior to that, I was also known for like Bud Vember, which is my birthday. I'm a Sagittarius. You know, I just always throw house events. I ain't charging nobody nothing. Pull up. My friends that know me, if you tell people that I know, you know, people respect my energy enough, but you ain't gonna bring nothing that I don't fuck with. So it was always good energies. But I'm that right there, like that first event, from that moment on, it grew legs. I don't have a manager. I don't have no PR person. And I know that's the next step to my evolution. But that right there alone, 6 years in a hosting. I've been a host for money for 6 years. And I had a host for money like a prostitute. If you know what the fuck I mean. Holla at a nigga who need to be booked. You know, like Drake said, you know, where's the boy, he's booked. But at the end of the day, that was it, bro. Like that opportunity. So I always show gratitude to Diva, the host. She is the shit. Shout out to her, Lego, anybody that came before me because they showed me that like, man, what's the difference between them and Joe Claire? What's the difference between them and Big Tigger? What's the difference between them and the people that I see on national television? Not much, but that opportunity. Keep working.
With you being so seasoned in that field, right?
Yeah.
What makes a great event?
What makes a great event?
Instead of just another party.
Oh, that's funny that you say that. Events and parties, that's a great question. And I'll give you even more detailed answer. Right now, I'm doing everything GVO parties. Shout out to Flawless, shout out to Form, shout out to the entire team, my girl Diamond, First Lady of GVO, the entire squad, my man DJ Mo Lloyd, everybody. And then on side of that, I got a little residency at Maryland Live Casino where I do sporting events, MMA, everything. Shout out to Sports and Social. So for me, I enjoy the sporting environment a little more because I love sports. I used to play sports. Parties at the age of 38. You ain't asked my age, but I tell you, I think I look great. I would say that I like the more chill environments a little more than the parties these days, but I ain't gonna lie. After a drink or two and the party get about 3 hours in, it's nothing like the feeling. Yeah. It's like being on stage, bro. It's like being an artist. Like, I ain't never wrote a song in my life, but in that moment when the people is listening to me say something and Mo cut the beat and they go, it's a high, bro. So I would say that would be, to me, the variation between them, but I enjoy all events that I do, man. Because like you said, a man of many hats, weddings, funerals, parties, birthdays, stuff for politicians, things in the city that I do. Like, all of that to me is important because when you give me an itinerary and agenda, my job is to make sure that comes to life, bring it to fruition. And I love it.
You've seen generations of artists.
Yes.
Who are some names that deserve more respect?
In our city?
In our city.
Man, I'm gonna go with my brother D.O. I'm gonna go with the whole Keep It Raw movement and what it did to me on a unit standpoint. And when I say, you know, get more respect, I feel like all of them got the love in the city. But I'm speaking on like a bigger thing. Like, their legacy should be something that hip hop know about, not just our city. You know, I'm a little older, so I never really listened to any of, I hope I don't say his name wrong, the Young and LM, but I saw what everybody was saying about him. So something like that. I would also say Kojo, because I've always thought Kojo was the best performer in the city. Kojo's so charismatic. Kojo is a student of hip hop. So I also feel like, you know, as he might be a person that, because, you know, when you look at it, what an artist supposed to do, Kojo go on tour. Kojo is known in other cities. He's literally living the dream. What's next? Being on Billboard, being signed by a major. And in this day and age, who want to be signed by a major? Niggas just want a motherfucking advance. So, you know, just be shit like that. And that go all the way to the legends too. Pitts, Cub, I can literally say the whole city, bro. Because at the end of the day, and especially shout out to all of the female artists too. Tune, Brianna, rap, R&B, etc. Devon Daniil. All of these people are talented as a motherfucker. But it's just that when nothing or nobody already has a foot in the industry, it stays where it's at. And if something doesn't reach its plateau in that 3 to 6 month span, the world will never know about it, and that artist moving on to the next thing, because they even telling themselves like, all right, who care about this, let's go. So yeah, man, the whole city, because like I've seen several people say on your platform already, we got so much fucking talent, but it just never really go past Anne Arundel County.
Has the Annapolis music scene gotten better or worse over the past 10 years?
I would say better. Because I would say, for one, it's more than just rappers. I would say we got Young Dylan, who I didn't mention. So when I say that we haven't gone past it, he's the fucking exception of all of that because of what he has done as a child actor, which started off just reciting Drake, reciting music that him and his father loved doing. And shout out to parenting, because all of that comes from a person that believe in their kid and let that shit rock. So shout out to the entire team, my man Dan. But at the end of the day, I would say it was great when it started, and it started way before our era and our generation, man. It started in the 80s, and I don't even know their names to respectively say it right now, but like shout out to everybody that started the hip hop scene early for Annapolis that was doing their shit, because that inspired everybody to do what they're doing today. And now we got artists that do fucking EDM, we got artists that do goddamn just produce. We got artists that's literally out of here that we might not even know about, and they don't rep our city, probably. Honestly, at this point in time, that's fucking out of here for real. But, you know, is it cool to say you from Annapolis, Maryland? I seen so many people from here get into the moment and be like, yeah, Baltimore. Or let the host of something be like Baltimore, Maryland, and not correct them. I get being in the moment, but at the same time, the moment is the moment. Take it.
Who do you think is carrying the city right now? Now, this could be music. This could be somebody that's acting. You know?
Current as far when you say current, like just number one, like who's that person?
Just who's
or who's somebody else just want to show love to?
That you think is taking Annapolis to that next level right now?
The face is taking Annapolis to that next level right now. If I was to say anybody outside of Young Dylan, if without trying to just be extra and think about the correct answer, and I know everybody that fuck with me gonna be like, it's politically correct ass nigga. I'm gonna say Shanika Henson. So be a person from the city that's in Senate.
I like that.
Like that's next level. That's the stuff that we always say. Everybody can be a rapper. Everybody can be an actor. Think about what else you can do. Be an engineer. Be a doctor. Be a dentist. I work at a dental school. So I would say her because I saw her beginnings. Shout out to her husband, Marcus Johnson, basketball legend, Annapolis High School. I love for you to get some Annapolis High School basketball legends on here. That's next OG. Young boy. But no, I'm gonna go with that. I would say Shanika Henson because you know I might go home and knowing me the way my brain works, I'm gonna be like, oh wow, I forget them. But I'm gonna give her flowers right now because we make things small in our city because of the same thing. Like I say with music, somebody can have a major song, just like what Trey the Kid did. R.I.P. my brother. When he had Running, Kevin Lyles, Baltimore, 300 ENT, Kevin Lyles, Leo Korn. Like what's past that? Like to me, that was a moment and people celebrated it, but that to me was like, what's bigger than that? Up until Dylan, that was the biggest thing in hip hop history in our city. So just, you know, on a hip hop level, Dylan, Trey, to me those moments are forever. And right now, I'm gonna give it to Shanika Henson. Shout out to all of our city representatives, everybody that's holding down their awards. That's the work that needs to be done because nothing's done overnight. And if you really, really want to get things changed, get a seat at the table.
So who would you say is on your Mount Rushmore of Annapolis music?
Mount Rushmore of Annapolis music. Okay, Mount Rushmore of Annapolis music. Overall, number one, Bill Padaway, Timberland, Milli Vanilli, got a movie.
Now this one, right? We doing all Annapolis. We ain't gonna let them get out like that, y'all. We want all people from Annapolis.
Bill in Annapolis?
Bill is Annapolis.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's my number one.
That's your number one, okay.
Number two.
I'll need to interrupt, but back in 1999 for my graduation pictures, I did them in an alley against a brick wall. I did some stuff.
For sure, you still got it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You should post on your socials tomorrow. Let people know. Throwback Thursdays coming. Respectfully, love. So, I would say Bill Padaway, Young Dylan. And it's crazy, you know. The Young Dylan thing is funny because musically he's still growing. Mm-hmm. He's a star. So I'm gonna take that one back. Bill Padaway, Keep It Raw as a collective. I feel like I gotta pick Cub or Pitts or put them together. But what they did for the hip hop scene, to me, is like major, bro. And I don't wanna like fill out both slots with them. So if I could like put their face together, almost on some like, you know, face off shit, shout out John Travolta, Nicolas Cage. I wanna do that. And then our fourth, music. It ain't just hip hop. Without overthinking it, I'm gonna go Kojo.
Okay.
Without overthinking it. But shout out to Rain, shout out to all of the different groups, church, R&B, etc. I know I'm forgetting probably a lot of people, but that's what I'm rocking with tonight.
Who had the most influence on the culture, even if they weren't the biggest artists?
Who had the most influence on hip hop culture in Annapolis, or just
in
period?
Annapolis culture.
Say that question one more time.
So, who had the most influence on the culture in Annapolis, even if they weren't the biggest artists?
The Hustlers.
410 Hustlers?
No, the Hustlers.
The Hustlers.
Yeah, the nigga that get
like me, because I don't even know who the Hustlers is.
When I say the Hustlers, I would say the niggas getting money in the city.
Okay.
Because I can't speak for, and that's why I'm gonna say this. Being that I'm another person that made music, I can't speak on whose people's musical influences really was. So when I look at our city, and I look at who got the most motion, who get the most love at events, who get the most love in our city, it's the niggas from the streets. It's the hustlers. And most of them niggas don't rap. And I don't want to say the niggas that do hustle and rap, but y'all know the niggas that's really outside and fucking got bars. Y'all know the niggas that's really in it. It ain't my place to say who the fuck outside. But y'all know. We know. Unfortunately, the fucking law know. But it's the truth. And I think they're the biggest influence because 9 times out of 10, the people are going where they go. And that's who you want to say, yo, I'm going to fuck with so-and-so show tonight, nigga. Like, that's where I'm at with it. That's why people who don't maybe have a rapport in the city or got bad experience in the city, go outside the city and they talents get recognized. Because Annapolis is so small, if you got beef with one family or fuck somebody girl, the niggas ain't checking for you, no matter how good your music is. It's just a small town. And I tell people the same thing happened in Hollywood. Nigga, if you a nigga with power and you fuck somebody's chick, yeah, if your millions ain't his millions, yo, shit is not getting spins. It ain't no different in a small market. So I'm gonna say the streets, man, got the biggest influence as a person that's not a musician. But I'm sure their musical influence probably came from somebody they saw do it. But while we on that topic, I want to shout out JJ Bad, my motherfucking uncle, Joseph Johnson. Man, RP my cousin JJ, shout out Robin Wood. But my uncle was also in a band back in the day, man. Shout out to like another mom, Crystal Randall, one of my best friends, CC, growing up, still to this day. But they was in a band growing up in the funk in our city. A lot of people don't realize why we love go-go and the history of Cause Beach. That shit has a whole nother. That's why when I say like, you gotta get some OGs on here, cause I swear to God, their Mount Rushmore is gonna make the city see like, yo, our talent is decades expanding. But we know what we know. That's why you can't be mad at a person when they don't know Biggie Smalls and they was born in motherfucker 2000. Like, nigga, died 96, 97. Like, if his dad or mom ain't put him on, he will never hear it. Unless he in the club or the radio. But yeah, bro, that's like literally how I look at like the influence in our city, musically, so forth and so on.
What's one opinion you have that most people in Annapolis would disagree with?
One opinion that I have that most people in Annapolis would disagree with. I'm gonna say this, I say it in the group chats all the time, and if anybody know my family, man, I'm the first male to graduate from college. If I wanted to be in these streets, I probably could have a long time ago. I'm gonna say, streets is fucking dumb. Stop. I say this shit all the time. My favorite rapper, 50 Cent. And niggas be like, how you like a nigga like that and that? Because it's like, same way you could be a lawyer for a person and he ain't never sold a brick in his life, but you trust him to get you off. Knowledge is power. And I always say, like, people do what they gotta do to survive. But, like, if there's another way, pick it. Choose it. Believe in it. And just grind that fucking out. Same, think about the mentality. You're gonna stand on the corner all day, nick bag, ounce, whatever, hoping that it's a good day. It's flooded, the block flooded. If not, you're gonna stay in there anyway, because this is what you got. What's the difference between reading and believing in yourself and creating something and doing that shit every day and waiting until it pops? Jail ain't really in that one. So that's like how I would look at that one, bro. And a lot of niggas don't like when I say that because, like, I'm not knocking it, but it's also a way to try to influence somebody to do different. That would be my answer.
If you could organize one dream concert with only one Annapolis artist,
all right,
who's headlining?
One dream concert with one Annapolis artist who's headlining? I'm gonna say this because it's gonna go against all the other stuff I said earlier, and this is what I would want him to step up to the moment. Motherfucking Definite Origin, D.O. I would want to see you shine in front of the motherfucking world. I would want to see you take that moment and be the best rapper in the world. For however long that stream lasts, that motherfucking audio lasts, that video lasts. Take opportunity of that moment, my guy, and show people why you still to this day is rapping and dropping albums. I'm going with my brother.
20 years from now, what do you want the world to say about Everybody Davis?
20 years from now, what I want the world to say about me is that I was a person that led with love, and I was a person that lived in a world that could be, not always the world that is. And what I mean by that is that I want to be seen as a person that always dreamed bigger. Reality is reality, but at the end of the day, our fucking future or what could be is always bigger if we believe it could be. So I want to believe as a person that dreamed. I want to be remembered as a person that was a fucking person from this city, Greenbrier, Annapolis, Maryland, 410443, and he made it. he did it. When people always ask me what's my grand host stage, I always say the Oscars or the Grammys, because that's what I always dreamed of, because I love movies and I love music. But if I never reach that stage, I'm stamped in my city. And without being said, I've had every festival in this city that's thrown. And I might have the one that I haven't had. We'll see next year, shout out to Black Fruit.
So we're gonna bust him up with this one right
Let's
here,
go.
buddy. This is how we're gonna end it, right?
Okay.
Rapid fire questions.
I like it.
Annapolis Gardens or Annapolis Woods?
Gods.
Crab cakes or seafood platter?
Crab cakes.
Host or performer?
Host.
Instagram or YouTube?
Instagram.
Old Annapolis or New Annapolis?
New Annapolis.
Oreos or the Nationals?
Orioles.
Ravens or the Commanders?
Commanders.
Biggest motivator from the city?
Biggest motivator from the city. Carl Snow.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night Owl.
Legacy or money?
Legacy.
When people finish watching this interview, what's one thing you hope they take away, not just about Buddy Davis, but about Annapolis as a whole?
The best city in the world.
Yeah.
Straight like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna let him slide with that one, yo, because I ain't gonna lie, you had a fine interview, buddy. And let me get a drop before we get out of here, man.
Man, listen, man. I ain't even gonna say it's government, man. I ain't even gonna say who was here unless he want to be said, because I fuck with what he do off cameras as well. But man, Cool TV, we outside, man. Downtown Annapolis, man. I'm blessed to be on this brother's platform. I've never in my life been interviewed. This is my first interview ever. So if anybody want to be interviewed, holla at my brother Cold TV. We got things lined up. Anybody in Annapolis need to be a part of this.
All right, before I let you go, with that being said, buddy,
Let's go.
who should we next holla at to get on Cold TV?
Who should we holla at next to be on Cold TV? I'm going to say go for. I haven't seen a woman yet, and I did see somebody say Tune, so I'm gonna say Devon De Niro.